So hello and welcome back to this course on R programming, and in this tutorial we'll be focusing on statistics. We already learned one method of displaying the statistics, which is the histograms, and now we'll further learn more techniques of finding the statistics. So first of all, let us create a object T, and we'll just create the regular or our favorite graph which we have used lot of times in our course, and that will be X return rate, Y audience ratings, and then we'll use the color genre. So let's run this line, and then we'll stack the layer T or object T with another layer, that is geom point, and if we run this line then we will get this same visualization. But where are the statistics? I mean, how we can represent the statistics in this graph? Well, for showing the statistics we will use an additional layer of geom_smooth. So let us find out under the help of geom_smooth what actually it does. Now I am not going to read all of its uses, but we'll just focus on this small description which says that it aids the eye in seeing patterns in the presence of overplotting. So let's just add this geom_smooth to our plot, and now we have got some lines which show the trends of ratings, but this plot is quite dirty because of all these bands. So let us remove these bands, and for removing these bands we are going to supply the argument fill equals NA, and NA basically means nothing or null. So let's run this command, and now you can see that we have got a quite beautiful visualization, and it's easier to derive an insight from this graph rather than the previous graph, because here we can see that in a lower critics rating, which is about 25, the audience rating for romance film is quite higher, which is around 60 or 65, somewhere around that. And the other insight that we can derive is, if we look at the ratings of critics in 75, let us say, then we can see that the audience rate horror movies lower than they rate the action movies. Means in the same critics rating 75, the ratings of horror movies by audience is lower compared to the ratings of action movies by their audience. And those were some of the insights that we could draw by looking at this graph. Now I hereby welcome you to explore this chart fully and see what other insights that you can derive from this chart. And now we are going to move forward towards the box plot. So for creating a box plot, we are going to create our object U, and here we will create ggplot, and data will be our MOV, and inside the aesthetics we'll supply X equals genre, Y equals audience rating, and then again color equals genre. So basically in this code what we did is we replaced the x-axis by genre, and others all the arguments y-axis and color are kept same. So let's run this line first, and then we'll add geom_boxplot to our object U, and if we run this line then we get a beautifully plotted box plot. Now suppose we also want to view where our points are, and for that we can use the argument geom_point. So if we run this line, then you can see that now our graph is not quite beautiful as it was before because of all these points. So for increasing the attractiveness of this chart, we are going to change the layer geom point by geom jitter. So if we run this line, then you can see that this plot is more beautiful than the before plot, and in fact it's ready for presenting. And here are some of the insights that we can draw from this chart. We can see that the audience rate horror movies lesser than compared to other genre movies, and we can also see that a thriller movie is likely to be rated higher by the audience because the mean of the thriller movie is higher compared to other genre, and also the box of thriller movie is smaller, which means there is less variation in ratings. Now here's a challenge for you all. See for yourself the different trends of critics rating compared to the genre. And that's it for today's tutorial, and we'll see you in the next video.